Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this. How was your holidays? Do anything fun? How was your Christmas? Did you have a white Christmas? We didn't. We were supposed to. Where we're at, we typically, I think, get snow in November, December, early December, but we didn't have it this year, so we we got it. So it snowed a little bit like that night, the next morning, and then of course it didn't stick, and then now everything's like below freezing. So yes, but have you had a white Christmas? I had one that I could think of in 2010. The only reason I remember it was in Christmas of 2010 was because my aunt on my mom's side of the family had passed away that October of ovarian cancer. And she always wanted a white Christmas. Like, that was her thing. Just like, she always wished for a white Christmas. That Christmas, we got a white Christmas. It was beautiful. The way the snow laid, everything, it was just perfect. I don't even think a movie company could have done it better than what it was. It was absolutely gorgeous. And of course, pictures didn't do it justice. So, yes. But, anyways, and then for Christmas, we did absolutely nothing, which was nice. So, do you have any New Year's plans? New Year's Day, New Year's Eve? Sean works New Year's Eve, but he has New Year's Day off, which is unusual because normally if he's working one day, if he has Christmas off, he has to work New Year's, vice versa. Because normally like his rotation with his schedule is normally how that worked out. But yes, he has it off this year. So I don't know. I think we might go do something fun, go eat or something. I don't know. But anyways. Then let's see, but usually, used to growing up, New Year's tradition, of course, you stay up night, and then the next day, my mom would cook our New Year's Day meal, which was cooked ham or fried ham, and stewed potatoes, collard greens for money, and we would put white vinegar and salt on the collard greens. So that's how I like my collard greens. So you have to have white vinegar and salt on them. And black-eyed peas. We got fresh black-eyed peas from this little stand that is between my parents' house and my grandmother's house, this little farm stand. And they were so good. Let me tell you, you can definitely tell the difference between the fresh black-eyed peas and store-bought black-eyed peas that you make. They were really good. And then we would put a dime in the black-eyed peas. And so whoever fished out the dime that meant they were like lucky in money for the year. And so, but there was this rule that, whatever you scooped out, whatever beans you scooped out, you had to eat them all before you could try again for the dime. So eat everything on your plate before you could try again for the dime. So yes, that was fun. But yes, missed that. So that was our tradition until my mom passed. But yes, any traditions for you? So, did you meet any of your goals or what you wanted to do last year? I know I hate saying goals because at the same time, like, you feel like, you don't. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of easy to drop or easy to miss, if that makes sense. So a lot of people, the big, gyms memberships boost sales in January because everybody's goal is to work out and get fit and get healthy for the new year and, for the year. And then come February, March, they drop off. People stop going to the gym. People stop doing things. They're not motivated. So I feel like at a goal, if you say goal, it's kind of like it's easy to, I guess, dismiss to some degree. So I guess, better yet is like, what would you like to do this year? Like, what would you like to accomplish this year? So did you accomplish anything this past year that you wanted to in 2025? I did. So I know I mentioned in previous videos, I have a nonprofit. So finally got that up and running. As far as like virtually, not physically, virtually. Granted, it had always been a thought process, an idea that, even once we got up going physically, that we would put some of the classes and stuff on YouTube. So that was, that had always kind of been there, but we changed it around a little bit. So we took it virtual. So the whole thing's virtual. So I do a weekly video there, like I do here, with it, and provide resources for them, talk about things that they can do or things they can look into if they're interested, and do a deeper dive into if that's the path that they want to take with their healing journey. And then, as you all know, with veterinary medicine, veterinary medicine has the highest suicide rate than any other medical field. And with my husband, Sean, being an emergency veterinarian, it holds a special place in my heart. So I started volunteering with NOMV, Not One More Vet. So I sit on one of the committees for one of their programs, and I do that, or have a call with them once a month with that. And I decided to create this channel for you all, in a sense, because a lot of the stuff that I talk about on our nonprofit channel is Willow Haven Inspirational Spa. I think Willow Haven Spa is the YouTube channel, but a lot of things I talk about in there, a lot of those things are the same things that you can do, or that even Sean did, to help with burnout and to work through it and to prevent it. So what I do is that information I take and I tailor it more to burnout in the veterinary community and what you experience with your job and how to process it. And yes, I have worked in the veterinarian field. I worked in emergency medicine as a CSR. So, and then of course, knowing Sean and being so close with Sean, know what he goes through. I've worked with him. We were best friends working together. And then, so worked with him, and I've been with him for so many years, seeing what he goes through and, being there for him and processing that. And so the thing is a lot of these things, like, you may already do, or there are things you want to do and you put off because you don't realize they actually help you through burnout, or you feel guilty for doing something for yourself. So I figured create this channel to let you know, like, these are things you can do. This is how you can incorporate it into your busy lifestyle. Or if you're already doing it, to confirm, yes, you're doing something to help with your burnout and to prevent your burnout. So you don't feel as guilty doing it, or you'll put more emphasis into doing that than you would initially. So yes, so I created this channel. It's exciting. I'm hoping to do what I would like to do with this channel going forward into this year, or into next year, 2026, is I'd like for it to grow. I want to be able to help more people in the veterinary community. I feel like there's a lot of things out there telling you what you can do while you're at work. I haven't found a lot out there that tells you what you can do outside of work, or what you're doing outside of work is actually helping. And so that's why I created this channel. So hopefully, I would love to. Bentley and I are trying to convince, like I said, well, I should say this channel. This is actually, let's face it, it's Bentley's channel. I'm the co-host here. He's the star of the show. But we're trying to talk his daddy into maybe doing some videos with us to talk about either his experience or with it, or even something fun. We were kind of hoping to do that over Christmas, but his schedule didn't quite. He had a lot of medical records he had to write and finish up because he was really busy. So those are first, most important, definitely. But yeah, we're hoping to have him on here. I would love to have people from the veterinary community on here as well, talking about their experiences and things that they may do that help them, to give you some ideas, and a little bit more engagement. But in order to do that, I would like to have more subscribers. So it's free to subscribe, and more engagement in the comments. And not that I just want to be able, I don't want to, I want their time to be worth it, them coming on. So it's kind of why I would like to have more subscribers, more engagement. Just know when you do comment, if you're not familiar with YouTube, it'll, if you're watching and you're not familiar with YouTube and you go to comment and you haven't created a channel yet, it's going to tell you need to create a channel. No, that doesn't mean you have to go live or do videos and upload videos or anything. It's just like in a quote unquote account. So how do you want like your screen name to appear when you're engaging in the chat? Or and then subscribe is free to subscribe. I would never put anything like this behind a paywall. That's not, to me, that's not right. That's not helping people. And then, hit the thumbs up on there. There's also a little bell. You click on the little bell and it gives you 3 different options. Do you want like all notifications? Sometimes, I forgot what the options are. So you click on, make sure you get all notification. I don't drop that many videos, just once a week. And when it comes through, you can go to, you can also put it under what they call a click on and watch later. And so it goes into this little file where, like on your home screen at the bottom, you click on your little icon at the bottom and you have like this watch later, and you click on it and it's all the videos you have saved for watch later. There's also a subscription. You can see all the channels you subscribe to at the top. So it's really interesting. It's easy. I'm going to do a short video to upload and to kind of walk through that. So I had to figure it out. I had to show Sean some things too, so don't feel bad. It's just, you can play around with it a little bit. You can figure it out. And sometimes you just don't have time to do stuff like that. So it's just easy just to watch somebody, hey, this is what you can do, this, and this. So that's why I do it. So, yes. So you can say no to that little one. So, yes, if you could, so that's kind of my goal for this channel, going through our vision, also too, another thing you can do, speaking of vision, is for this year is like create a vision board. What would you like to happen this year? My dad actually sent me a Steve Harvey video, and he was talking. It was really interesting, and he was saying, now, I mean, some people do a vision board. They'll do like a collage and put it on a board of things that they want to see happen. But he said to make a list and write down 300 things that you want to happen to you this year. I mean, they could be something small, like get a bill paid off, or you want to go to, you'd like to be able to afford to go somewhere or do something, or, I mean, they can be little things. They don't have to be like major life-changing things, right? They can be little things if you want. And he said he's like, once you get to 75, you're going to start getting, like trying to think of things or whatever. But he said to write them down. So you can write them down on a paper, type them up in a Word document or whatever, 300 things. And he says, every day, read through it. Every day. And then and then he said at the end of the year, when you go through a list, he said about a third of them you'll be able to mark off that you've done or that's happened. And, I kind of look at this concept as you're just putting it out there. or depending on what you believe, if you believe in God, you're just asking God, this is what you want. So, you're just letting him take care of it. Or if you don't believe in God, there's nothing wrong with that. So you're putting it out there to the universe. So the universe is, you're telling the universe, this is what you want. You're ready to receive it. And you're putting it out there for it to come back to you. So that's just how I look at it, how I perceive it. So yeah, it's something you should try if you want. Hey, you might never know what you get to share. So yes, so put that out there for yourself. All right. Well, while you are here, make comments what you're doing. If you have a New Year goals, you can put that, or anything that you'd like to happen. You can put visions. You can put in the comments if you like. You can, if you do go out, please don't drink and drive. It's for your safety and other people's safety, please. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's also, there are some places, you can look it up. Some places offer free rides on New Year's Eve, so people will not drive drunk. So yes, look into that as well. But please don't drink and drive, okay? All right. But if you need someone to talk to, if you need to reach out to someone, of course you have Lifeboat with NOMV, Not One More Vet. You can reach out to them. You can also call or text 988. If you need someone to talk to immediately, call or text 988 or text home to 741-741. Remember, Lifeboat is the peer-to-peer, so it's more of a 24-hour turnaround. 72 hours when you first sign up, and I think it's either 48 or 72 hours when you first sign up, and then 24 hours after that. But if you need someone to talk to immediately, 988 or 741-741. You can text both of them, or you can call 988. Okay. So with that being said, let's see. Inspired by an old poem. You may not know that the world needs you, but it does. For no one else can smile your smile, say your piece, or shine your light. You are unique, and you alone can fill your place. If you are not here to shine your light, what would happen to the pilgrims passing by your place in the darkness without your light to help them on their way? You may not know the world needs you, but it does. Remember, what you do matters, and the world is a better place with you in it, dear person's company. There you guys. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and we'll see you next year. Bye.